Hey guys, this is Kasim from Game Previews, and I just have some Pokemon news and analysis for you guys today. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk to you guys about is the idea of evolution shards. So for those of you guys who don't know, evolution shards are needed to evolve Pokemon in Pokemon Go. Now, I previously did a video on evolution shards, but some of the requirements have changed since then, so let's just look at the differences. So previously, the evolution shards were as follows. For Pokemon with 3 evolutions, you would need 10 shards per evolution, and for Pokemon with just 2 forms, you would need 20 shards. And then the Magikarp also needed 100 shards, not 50. I know I was at 50 in a previous video, but it's 100. But this has changed in light of some of the new gameplay that we got. So now it seems like each Pokemon has its own, or at least most Pokemon have their own distinct evolution shard count. So as you're going to see on the screen here, Pikachu has a lot less of a shard amount count compared to other Pokemon. So yeah, it's not like I lied in the previous video, but Niantic just updated the idea of shards, so now it's basically unique to the Pokemon rather than just an arbitrary number for Pokemon with 3 evolutions and 2 evolutions. So that's a difference from an update that was recently put out for the beta. And then another quick thing I just wanted to talk about, shout out to Team Atlas Go for getting this information, is the raspberry items. I'm not sure if I talked about this in a previous video, but those items are not to heal your Pokemon, it's rather to make catching Pokemon easier. So apparently, according to Team Atlas, after 20 different Pokestops, you usually get around 3 of those raspberry items. And what those things do is during a sequence of where you're trying to catch a Pokemon, you sort of just give it a raspberry, and then the next time you throw a Pokeball, it makes it easier. So that information came from Team Atlas. Go check him out. He's got a lot of awesome Pokemon Go videos. But so in terms of news, that's pretty much it. But now we're going to analyze the video from yesterday. Most of it is just going to be going over what we already know, but for the new subscribers here, I do want to go over it, and it's also a good refresher, and it's also better to have video backing up what I'm trying to say. So let's just get into the analysis of the video now. So first things first, when you approach your first gym, you're asked to join a team, either blue, red, or yellow, and after doing so, you can deploy a Pokemon at that gym. So when the gym actually gets a Pokemon deployed, it creates new floors or levels, and this demarcates how guarded a gym is. So if you ever see a gym with a lot of levels, you definitely don't want to mess with it unless you have a really strong Pokemon. But in this case, the Geodude was deployed, and the gym gained 2 levels or floors. I'm not sure why it was 2 levels for one Pokemon, but there is a correlation between the number of deployed Pokemon and how tall the gym becomes. The second thing that we learned was that it is actually harder to catch Pokemon in augmented reality mode, where you actually have your background in real life. And the reason for that is that the Pokemon have to try to figure out where the floor is on the background, and so they start jumping around a lot sometimes, and this has to do partly with the fact that it's a beta, but I'm pretty sure we're going to see this also in the official release, because it's kind of hard to just have them stationary perfectly in a moving background when you're shaking your camera. So it is harder because they're going to be moving and stuff, but if you do just use the regular generic background, they stay still in the middle, and it is easier to catch because you just have to flick forward rather than choosing left, right, or forward. So that was another thing that I just picked up. And then some little things as well that I noticed, but I'm pretty sure you guys noticed most of these as well. At the Pokestops, you actually have to spin the circle in order for the items to show up. Whether the speed of the spin matters or not has yet to be seen, but the fact that they make you spin the circles does mean that there might be more to it than just spinning it. Maybe the speed doesn't matter and stuff, but yeah, definitely have to spin the circle in order to get the items from the Pokestops. And then also another small thing is that if you're a gym leader at a gym, you'll have a crown beside your name, and I'm sure I've said that plenty of times in my previous videos, but if you're new here, then now you know. So leveling up also gives you items. In this case of the video, the user got a lot of Pokeballs. He got some Ultra Balls and some Great Balls while leveling up. So you definitely get items when you do level up. So that's cool too. Now, in terms of the eggs, any Pokemon can be hatched. So a lot of people in the comment section in my previous video were wondering why Pikachu could be hatched from an egg. And in Pokemon Go, the egg just gives you random Pokemon, and they're more powerful than their wild counterparts, which is why you would want to get the egg in the first place. So it has nothing to do with what you learned about Pokemon from the main series games or the anime. It could be any Pokemon within the egg. So yeah, guys, that was most of the stuff. Most of it we've already known if you've been following my YouTube channel for a while. But if you're new here, thanks for subscribing, and I hope I gave you guys some more information on Pokemon Go and you guys know more about it. Personally, I'm super pumped about this game, and I can't wait for it to come out in the US and North America and stuff. But anyways, guys, that was it for me for my news and analysis video. If you guys are into Pokemon Go and gaming news in general, please consider subscribing, and if you guys like this video, please consider giving me a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Alright guys, thanks. Bye.